Hello vloggers, we're back after a small hiatus. It rained for like a week and that destroyed my physical and mental health, and I was unable to vlog.
We both got mental illness, brief mental illness.
Yeah, I didn't come to Southern California for it to be 40 and raining. I can get that back home in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But today we're doing something very exciting. We're going to Las Vegas. So what we decided to do was show you some of the places that you can stop on the way between LA and Las Vegas if you're making that drive, which, you know, if you're not American, you probably think that drive is like super exciting sounding. It's not, but there's some interesting things along the way. Some of those things we're familiar with, and some of them we've never stopped at. There are more things than what we're going to show you, but I think that the ones that we've selected will be a good and easy option.
Just the highlights.
The highlights as they appeal to me, basically. But right now it's like 10 o'clock. Also important to note, we're not actually leaving from LA, so this is technically more like
San Bernardino to Las Vegas.
Yeah, but that whole trip is in San Bernardino County, so that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing between LA and where we're starting other than just traffic. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Update. There was traffic. Unfortunately, when you go this direction, you may encounter traffic, but the traffic is not real. It's the same traffic that exists like all throughout Southern California, where people just don't drive. There'll be traffic and then all of a sudden there won't be because people just reached a point in the road where they're like, okay, we'll just go now. So it's not really that big of a deal, but something to know about traffic in the high desert. Okay, we have made it to our first stop of Del Taco in Barstow, California, where unfortunately we have reached a slight roadblock that for some people might not be a big deal, but for us this is disastrous, is that they have turned, and all of the Del Tacos in Barstow for some reason have turned their online ordering off.
So we have to do the worst thing possible, which is do a mouth order at the drive-thru, which is like just awful.
The only thing worse would be going in.
Yeah, that would be bad.
We're not going to do that. If you want to see the inside, you can look it up on Google.
Yeah, it looks like a Del Taco.
Important to know about this one is that they have like an extra menu, a couple extra things. Doesn't matter to us because we're going to be ordering the same thing we would always order.
Let's go to the drive-thru.
Let's go to the drive-thru.
There's a lot of social situations that can happen in a drive-thru that are awkward. Like, how long do you sit there before you say something if they don't greet you immediately, you know?
Well, this is pretty busy, so I don't think that that's going to be an issue here.
So there's a menu item that is local, the 2 Barstow Taco number 6.
Yeah, I think
looks like a regular taco with just a slice of tomato on the top, which I can't think of anything worse, but
that's what distinguishes a lot of the Barstow items from the rest of the Del Tacos, is that there is a tomato on the top of all of them.
Do people in Barstow like just putting a slice of wet tomato on top of things?
Well, presumably it would be a higher quality tomato than you typically get in a fast food place, because that seems to be the thing here.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Order when ready.
Hi, can I get 2 red bean burritos with no cheese and 2 fries, please?
I'm so sorry, you said 2 red burritos and what else?
2 red bean burritos with no cheese and 2 fries.
2 red burritos with no cheese and how many fries?
2 fries.
What size? Small, medium, large?
Medium.
Okay.
And that's all.
I saw 2 red burritos with no cheese and 2 medium fries. That'll be at the window.
Thank you.
I know at this one they do have they have a couple extra things that aren't on menus at other Del Tacos. Some kind of carrot cake or something, which, yeah, I mean,
is also
sort of
bad.
a weird thing to have at fast food, but We have other things we need to eat today, so we're trying to not overdo it.
Finally.
We're gonna serve the 2 red burritos and then the 2 medium fries.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
You too.
Okay, we have the food. So another thing that's different at this Del Taco, for whatever reason, the burritos are given to you in a boat, and their wrapper is different than just like a normal Del Taco wrapper. Oh, that's got beans coming out of it. It says red burrito, and we got 2 fries. Probably I'll be eating out of the boat because...
A little messy.
Yeah, it's just better for the car. Did get plenty of Del Scorcho sauce, which is the best fast food hot sauce. It's not hot at all, but it's got the best flavor. Way better than anything at Taco Bell. Same goes for the food in general.
No, I wish I had my own boat, because this is...
Yeah, we should have been given 2, but...
The only downside to the Del Taco bean burrito is that it's like very wet. It's not like Taco Bell's where it's like a paste. This is like real beans that are like good, but they're very wet, which makes it not the easiest thing to eat in a car.
It's extremely good though. Do you taste the difference? The Barstow difference?
I don't notice a difference in the Barstow Del Taco. No.
I think it seems higher quality. Some commenter's gonna, say, well, actually, that's not the original Del Taco because it's not the first one, and they're right, it's not. The first Del Taco ever was in Yermo, California, which isn't far from here, but it's something else now. It's not a Del Taco anymore. There's 3 Del Tacos in Barstow that are still owned, though, by the original owner's family. That family owns this one and 2 others, so these ones, I guess, get some special naming rights where they get to call themselves the original Del Taco, even though they weren't the first ever location pretty early on. So that's for all you actually people out there. So we're done. It was good. So I'm going to try to find a trash can, and then we're on to our next stop, which I don't remember which one it is, but we'll see when we get there.
I don't either. We'll update you. See ya.
We have arrived at our second stop on our trip to Las Vegas, which is EddieWorld.
I don't know what it is. It looks like an off-brand Buc-ee's.
I don't think I've ever been here, at least not that I can remember. I think I've heard this place described as like the biggest gas station in the world, which it 100% is not. I can tell you that without even going inside.
I see a lot of people coming out with ice cream.
There's this large ice cream structure thing outside, so there probably is ice cream in there. I think there's also bathrooms in there, which is probably a reason people like to stop here.
Nowhere else to go to the bathroom here.
Yeah. An important thing to know about going on any type of driving-related trip, otherwise known as a road trip, in California is that it's probably not like wherever you're from in terms of bathroom accessibility. In fact, I would say that I've been on road trips in Europe that have better bathroom accessibility than California does.
We've been on several road trips in Europe with guaranteed bathrooms. California does not have anything.
No, it's...
And if you encounter a bathroom, it is locked.
So we'll see what this is, but, coming from like Sheets and Get-Go country, I know we're going to be disappointed, but we'll see what it is. Okay, this is a little more substantial than I was expecting it to be. You get a hat.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can buy a whole bag of sour belts. That does appeal to me, actually. A lot of yuck candy, like chiclets. Gross.
No. Worst thing in the world.
There's a nearly 1 pound jawbreaker. Did you notice this selection of monkeys up here?
I did not.
Jerky. Yuck.
Big dog.
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Bunch of bad hot sauce. This is the type of hot sauce you get in like a gift set from somebody at Christmas that doesn't really know you that well. We should get the idiots only sauce.
That's us.
Lakers items. Don't know anything about basketball. It's March Madness though. More candy. Love these. Licorice, horses, fudge, taffy, has egg in it. Yuck. Sorry, I was looking at these faces on
The sandwiches and salads board.
our vegan Impossible burgers are cooked on a separate grill. Who cares? No, really, the reason not to care about that is because cooking things on a separate grill does not decrease or increase the demand for animal products. All it does is make you annoying and make places less likely to carry those things. Corn. Pretzels, oh, peanut butter pretzels.
Now that's a good item right there.
Yeah, you love those.
Premium item. A little bit of
Asian
themed snacks.
Look where we are.
Oh wow.
The dried fruit section.
I wonder if it's better than Vacaville. Ew. Okra.
Ew.
Yuck.
Yeah, okra is so gross. It's just straight up onion chips. Tomatoes. This is weird.
Dates.
Yeah, no thank you on dates.
Plums.
We got
Beer
some of those
history.
at home. In fact, we got a lot of this stuff at home. Ooh, dried strawberries. They don't look very good, but if they weren't $22, I would get them.
Jeez.
Yeah. Jalapeno mango. That could be good. The famous kiwi. That's a good price for that much kiwi. Jalapeno almonds that are like green. Habanero cashews.
Cake bites. Interesting.
Truthfully, I'm tempted by a lot of things in here.
We're back from EddieWorld. And EddieWorld it's fine. If you need to stop for a bathroom and get like a snack, it's fine. It's the best you're gonna find to a real gas station out here.
As somebody who obviously is attracted to dried fruits, there is a great selection there. I would be interested in like a less overstimulating environment. Unfortunately, it's full of children, can't do anything about that. And it's also full of adults who don't know how to walk in a straight line.
And adults who don't know how to control their children.
Yeah, that tends to be everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
It is Saturday afternoon, so at another time, like during the week, this might not be as annoying. But yeah, the thing about it though is all of the dried fruit and stuff is in pretty substantial bags. The prices aren't terrible, but if you get into traffic between LA and Vegas,
With a bag of dried fruit.
it can be kind of a long ride and you're just eating dried fruit.
That is a recipe for a disaster.
I wouldn't touch dried fruit on this route personally, knowing the bathroom stop situation. It's EddieWorld.
Yeah,
It's a bathroom.
it's a bathroom. Okay.
But it's on to the next stop.
On to the next one. Strike against EddieWorld is that if you're getting gas and you put trash in the trash can, there's apparently a swarm of bees in there, and they come out and I didn't get stung, but they did buzz me about the face and body for some time. So be careful at the gas station trash cans. Just something to consider when you're getting gas at EddieWorld. Maybe throw your trash away somewhere else.
Can't tell how far it is. It does look quite far. It's hot. Personally, this might be enough of Zzyzx scene for me. One, because it's extremely hot, and I would have to walk a long way in direct sunlight to get to what's there, which is not very much. And there's a sign specifically warning about snakes, so the two of those things together could put me into a regular hospital and or a mental hospital. So I personally can use my imagination for the rest of Zzyzx.
I don't know what it's supposed to be, so.
Well, the story is that there was a guy in the 40s who was, called himself a doctor, wasn't actually a doctor, was only went to school to 9th grade, and then created like a health spa out here. It was very popular, which he advertised on a radio show that was very popular, and like sent out a bunch of like health products. I also learned that they opened the post office in Baker, California, just to accommodate his mail. But eventually in the 70s, the government shut him down and took it away from him. But
there you go.
So
history of Zzyzx. Zzyzx?
Zzyzx. He named it that because that way it would be always last in, whatever directory or whatever. He was a quack and a scam artist over health-related things, something we see a lot of these days. Detoxing to get rid of heavy metals to cure your autism. Guess what? It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's a vault toilet. If you've never seen one. Find a PN if you got to go number 2. It's probably fine for that too. There was a lot of clearance in there from, the vault into the pit. Lots of clearance, so you wouldn't have a problem. It's just kind of like not a great scenario. Also, there's no hand washing. Grand scheme of things, if I've got to sit down on a vault toilet, the situation is probably desperate enough that I don't care about whether I have hand washing available to me.
Was there a
Though
seat?
It could become that way because single-ply toilet paper.
Was there a seat?
There was a seat, yeah, which I think is one step above the one that we saw in Utah on our way out here.
Yeah, I don't think that one had a seat or toilet paper.
It was very wide. I don't know how anyone would sit on it because it's just a little tiny rim. Anyway, it's like almost 4 o'clock. We gotta get moving to the next place because the time is just, as always with us, just
it's evaporating.
Getting away from us.
Calamitous situation. We got to get to Baker.
On to the next one. Okay, we're in Baker, home of the world's tallest thermometer.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Thermometer and the gateway to Death Valley.
It's a big thermometer.
What's your name?
Billy.
I'm Holly.
Nice to meet you, Holly.
This is Matt.
Matt.
So tell us about the thermometer.
It was built in 1991. The first one, the original one, was built in 1991. 1991, the original one fell down.
Fell down?
Fell down, so that's over here.
Like into the freeway?
No, into the charging station in the back.
Oh.
Before the charging station was there, obviously. And then October of 1992, they put this one up. It is 134 feet tall to symbolize the world record for the highest temperature, 134 degrees Fahrenheit.
So how did you come to start working at the world's largest thermometer?
Family, friends. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I grew up out here, so this thing is iconic to me.
What's it like to grow up out here? I'm always so curious what it's like to live. I lived in Vegas. Now we live in Southern California, but always wondered about the in-between.
It's pretty free. I mean, we had a pool growing up out here. We'd do hiking, your basic stuff growing up out here. Stuff like that. You didn't really have to worry about too much stuff.
Do you ever feel like you adapted to the heat?
I actually left here and I moved up to Lasson County when I was 10. So I got used to cold weather. And then I came back down here. I was about 19 years old. So took about 2 years to get used to the heat again. But for the most part, you're pretty good. You're drinking more water than usual, an average person.
I noticed that like, so every like little place out here that's like, you know, in between, it's all some family thing that's got some drama. Like every single place out here, like the Barstow Del Tacos, you know, it's like they argue about who owns what. And then here there's the Thermometer drama about, didn't this get sold back to somebody or something?
It was sold a few times. I believe after the original owner had it, I believe the Mojave Preserve had it, and then they lost funding from California. And then it got bought, and the guy couldn't keep up or maintain it, so then eventually he lost it, and then the original owner's wife and daughter came back and took it back over, and are redoing everything the best they can and stuff like that. Slowly but surely it's coming back to life. So these are not one of those families. They don't argue, they work together. Yeah. If I need anything or they need anything, everybody's on top of it to help each other out. So there's no point of arguing, then it falls down. So that's what's always blown my mind about all the other businesses.
Were you here for the hottest day in the world?
No, that was 1913. None of us were here.
Oh, well that's, never mind. I just saw like
the highest I've seen, and I don't know if it was actually recorded or it was actually 100% fact or anything like that, was 2012. Everything that I had temperature-wise was reading 132 degrees. So
really?
Yeah. But like when they hold a world record and stuff like that, there's a whole bunch of machines that do it. So you can't just look at your phone, you can't just look at your car. So they have like a humidifier machine, a wind machine, all that stuff, and then they calculate it to what the temperature was. So last year we hit 127 here. I believe Furnace Creek topped out at 131.
Yeah, even in Vegas, I don't remember it going over, you know, probably 12 or 13.
I've seen Vegas 123 degrees.
Yeah, I experienced it, but it like doesn't happen as often, I think, as it happens like up here.
You got to factor in, you have all the tall buildings around and stuff like that. So like the eggs you have outside is a joke. If it gets to 158, you can actually fry eggs and stuff out here. That's real. Last year that got to 153, I think, and then the road got to 205. Yeah, so then you got to factor in Vegas is all blacktop, same thing with like LA and all that stuff. It's all blacktop, and then when the sun goes down, that heat is still inside of there, releasing over the night. So we'll get down, we could stay anywhere here between like 95 and 110 in the nighttime all the way to the next day. So that ground is still way hotter than that.
Where would you say that the majority of your tourists come from here?
Europe and Asia.
That was my guess.
Yeah. They come out here, they experience the heat. So a lot of them come from really cold places and stuff like that, and then they want to come out here and check out Death Valley and stuff like that, because obviously it's like forest and watery areas, and they want to come out here and see this. So.
Yeah, I went from, well, when I was living in Vegas, drove to LA when I was living there with a friend who's from Germany, and like she's like, can I please drive? I want to drive on this stretch of road so bad, and I was just like, what do they see in it?
The thing that bothers me the most, though, like I love when they come out here and stuff like that, because I would like to go explore their areas as well. They always go out to Furnace Creek or they go out to Badwater, which it drives me nuts, because that's the only thing Google will show them, or that's everyone's doing it and stuff like that. There's so many cool places out there. You have Salt Creek Hills, you have Tacoma, they have hot springs out there, China Date Tree Farm, that's been around for a very long time. There's the Armagosa River runs through that, and then you don't have to go 113 miles. Tacoma is the furthest one that I named out of all those. It's 53 miles from here.
I've never heard of any of that. So.
Exactly. So when you Google Death Valley, they always show you Badwater and Furnace Creek. They're trying to like contain everybody. To me, there's so many things out here to check out, historical wise and everything like that. So I mean, you can see the wall. That's everyone who visited. So they either has their family name on it, their names on it, the group of names that came in here, or they got like wherever country they came from, like a motto they had and stuff like that. So. A lot of these people come back here and they're repeat people. So there's a bill up there. The guy was here in 2015. So before I started working here, he came back to see that. And then Taiwan, there's a bill up there. This last summer, they came back with 2 tour buses full of people. That time they came in here, it was only a van. No, I enjoy meeting all of these people because all the country stuff like that they come from, I learn something about their country, learn something about them and stuff like that, historical wise and everything like that. So
yeah, I would love this. I would love your job. get to work at a tourist stop like this. That's just
Oh yeah, and I grew up out here, man.
weird thing like this, but
So, I mean, like I meet a lot of people. I explored the Mojave National Preserve for like 7.5 years, and I get people that come in here and they tell me like, "Oh yeah, we did it all," and I'm like, "There's no way you did it all. I did that. Did it? Like I lived out here for a long time, and I would come out here every summer and stuff like that. But like consistently being out there every day basis, 7.5 years, I've done 1% of the Mojave Desert. There's no way you did all of it. Same thing with Death Valley. I've been over here. I didn't, basically my entire life I've been out here. I didn't know China Ranch existed. I never heard about it, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So till about 1.5 years ago. And when I got there, it was just mind blowing.
we'll have to look it up because I never heard of any of those places either.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas and we're going back tomorrow, but
So I think that's 30 minutes onto your trip. And you'll pass by everything I just told you. Salt Creek Hills, China Daytree Farm, the Dumont Dunes, big and small dunes, Jacoba Hot Springs.
I guess I never even thought that you could drive from here to Pahrump without going down 15, but makes sense. Thanks for answering all that.
You're welcome.
That was great.